I know it's probably nothing you're related to, unless you've seen like Bud work out or spar somewhere at a gym. But Terrence and Canelo, man, like just
I was gonna bring that up too before I said FA, but uh
just keep it 100%. You
I'm gonna
know,
keep it a being. Like I love Bud, bro. Like Earl Earl was my favorite. Like he still is like one of my favorite fighters. And man, I was torn to pieces when Bud did Earl like that. So I ain't gonna lie, I was in I was in the dumpster about for like a week or two. I didn't even want to talk to people about boxing for a little minute. So but man, I was heartbroken. But
I remember because and I got a lot of respect for Earl. He's always been a super cool guy. Every time I talk to him, I know that's your
hmm
guy. But I remember I bumped into you and a group of other fighters. I ain't gonna throw their names out because I know they were all heartbroken. But I remember it wasn't you specifically, but they were like, "You look like a bug guy. You look like blah, blah," and I was like, "Buzz won't win this fight." And I remember you guys were giving me this full. I'm sorry, this is like traumatic.
I remember
But
exactly how it went down.
it was the T-Mobile Arena where the food court was, and
Yeah.
Terrence was able. It seemed like shock you guys. Like it seemed like you're in pure disbelief, or was it a fight where you thought, okay, I'm rooting for this guy and I'm upset, but I knew this was possible, or was it like, no,
I'll say that right there. Um, I was rooting for Earl. Actually, and it's not even that I was just rooting for Earl. I really thought that Earl could win. It's not even like I was. It was not even like a bias side. I really feel like Earl could win because he was a way bigger. He was way bigger than Bud, but I feel like Bud also had a chance because Bud is a great boxer. Like he's a like all time great. You know what I'm saying? So after when the first round came, I seen that it kind of no, actually no. Before I'll say that I'll say before the first round, before even the fight. When I seen the weigh-ins, um, I have the video too. I was recording, and we had bet some of our peoples that Earl was gonna beat, but I was as I was recording the weigh-ins, I see Bud come out and Bud has a different energy and he's he's rapping
that Mr.
all types of
Carter,
stuff.
that Mr. Carter, he came out.
And then Earl comes out and you can kind of see like Earl doesn't look right. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, nah, this don't look so good.
Like he's the B side and how the
hmm
promotion he's supposed to be the A side, but
Yeah, he came out second. He came out last, but it just didn't like. I'm gonna say him, like not even the promotion. I'm just say him.
correct.
He didn't look right. Like he was looking around, like he didn't look like the confident Earl Spence that people know. And then when they finally got on the scale, Bud looked like he was in shape. Earl looked like he was drained. And then as I'm recording it, I look over to my dad. I'm like dad. I don't know about this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I don't know if we good. He's like, nah, we good, we good, we're good. I promise. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And fight comes up, first round. You can see his legs and just the way his face. He looked drained to me as far as like he's been at 147 for what 12. It was what 12 years.
Yeah, for I think his whole career. Yeah.
Yeah, like he looked drained to me. I'm like his first jab when he threw his jab, you know, you can jab and catch, but he's jab and he's like he's throwing his hand at the same time, so he looked kind of nervous, and I'm like, ah, yeah.
But
From there, it
do
was
you
downhill.
but do you think because everything you're saying, like when it comes to the energy, right? I felt like
Mhm.
Terrence's energy, like he owned it. He was the A side, it felt like. I know promotions at both Spence versus Bud. But the weigh-in, he came out with Mr. Carter, and then he comes out with Eminem. Like the energy seemed almost like picture perfect. So I guess taking that, all right, all of that, because you mentioned earlier that you thought the Majimov fight was close with him and Bud. You
Mm,
thought it was very competitive and close. Um, he goes up to 168, fights Canelo. I mean, I don't know if I'm sure you met Bud in person and talked to him, but he's a confident dude. It's never been a time where he shows like weakness in that
mm.
sense. So I'm expecting him to come out just as confident, like the Spence fight. He's gonna come out, the best way that he can. But all that's for show. When they get in the ring, 2 pound for pound, Hall of Fame greats. Can Crawford do that to Canelo Alvarez? That's, because he's fighting another one of those guys. You know what I mean?
And the only thing is, like, with that fight, I just feel like it's weight classes. Like, that's the only thing I kind of, I'm scared about because, there's weight classes for a reason. And coming from 54 all the way up to 68, and then even then, on top of that, he was he was originally a 35 pounder. So he coming from all the way from 35 to 68 is outrageous. Like, that's crazy just to think of. And Canelo, Canelo's Canelo. Canelo's a great fighter. He's been able to go all the way up to 68 and even actually to 75 and win at 75. So, you know, he's been big for a little minute now. Although they're going to be the same height. I think I think Bud might be what a little he might have a little height advantage or a reach
He might
advantage,
he
right?
might have a reach advantage, I believe so.
Yeah, so he might be able to, box him. Although Canelo is a great, he's a great pressure fighter and a great he can cut the ring off with the best of them. So uh, but I don't think Bud is gonna he's not gonna run away at all. So he likes the pressure.
So,
I can't wait for that fight. Right now I want Bud to win for sure.
but you think Canelo's gonna win?
I'm not
This
gonna say I think Canelo's gonna win.
okay.
I want Bud to win. I think it's a toss up.
Really? 50-50,
I,
huh?
yeah, like they're two all time greats. Like this is gonna be a all time classic. Like I can't wait until this happens. To be honest, this is gonna be so great for boxing, and it's gonna bring so many eyes back to boxing. And on top of that, as soon as they're done, like that's gonna grab it. That's gonna help me like boost my career. Just bringing eyes back to boxing. Like this,
Mhm.
I can't wait till that happens, bro.
You know, I guess a little bit more on the technical end, right? Because these are some talking points that people speak on, right? The one that you hit right on the nail is the weight, right? You're going up 168, but you ain't even fought at 160, let alone 168, right? But do you feel like at this point of Canelo's career, right? Some people have criticized his performances. He wasn't able to get Edgar Berlanga out. He didn't knock out Jaime Munguia. He's kind of looked subpar against, you know, uh, jeez, man, I'm so bad with names now. That's how I know I'm getting older. Like, when you're getting older and I always be like, yo, how do these dudes not know people's names? Like you cover boxing, and then eventually you get in that position, you're like, dang, what's that dude that fought that guy? No, he fought uh John Ryder. He didn't get John
Yeah,
Ryder
yeah,
out.
yeah.
He didn't knock Jamel Charlo out. Like it's a trend. He didn't knock out 38, 39-year-old Gennady Golovkin or 40-year-old. He took a loss against Dmitry Bivol, which is aging really well, right? The Arthur better be a fight and Zerto. So that's not, but he ain't knocking nobody out. It's kind of what you're saying. He ain't knocking people
Yeah.
out. He ain't getting people, Bud, skill for skill. They feel like it's better than Jamel. They feel like it's better than Jaime. They feel like it's better than, Edgar. They feel like it's better. So is Canelo taking these type of fights and is he kind of taking a Crawford fight with the mentality because everyone wanted him to fight David Benavidez, right?
I'm one of
So they
them.
feel like that's his challenge, like that's
Mm.
his equal. You know, I know he's fighting William Skull coming up. We have to see how that looks, right? But is Canelo mindset, is he looking at Crawford like a cherry? Do you think so? Like you think he's like, ah, one, he
As far as like the interviews I've seen, yeah, he keeps on saying like, oh, it's weight class. Like he's trying to say that Bud was too little and stuff like that. But I mean, I think it was something I seen something. He was like 190 or something like that. So he's putting on, and he's still shredded. Like so, I feel like Bud's a grown. He's a grown man. Like I mean, he putting on that real weight, bro. So if he's able to put on real weight and hold it and look good in the ring and still be able to move around good, I feel like if they're kind of like the same as far as weight wise, I'm picking Bud.
how do you, because I know you haven't moved up weight classes professionally, like you're early in your
Mhm.
career, but the concept to put on pound like that type of weight, right? And competing, right? I'm
Mhm.
sure you've been in the ring, on an off camp and you moved with a certain weight. I know it's not shredded weight, you're not like cut, I know you probably feel faster when you're in your actual fighting weight, but how does that feel when you actually have extra weight? Like, just do you feel better? Like, do you ever be like, man, I could fight at this weight. Like, I feel good. This extra 15 pounds, my energy is different. Or is it like, nah, let me cut some of this down. I feel sluggish, you know?
It depends. Like sometimes it could be like too much, or I can lose like an extra like 3 4 pounds and be like, oh yeah, I feel great. Like this is the weight right here.
Hmm.
And but even then, it's just a rehydration weight.
Hmm.
And that's like the max. Like I can't even I can't even tell you like being able to go from 54 to 68 and then having a rehydration from 68 going up above 68. So we know Canelo has to get down to 68. If he's going from 190 or something like that and going down to 68 and then rehydrating back up to about 180 something 190, and then what is Bud going to do? Like if he cuts down to 168, what is he going to rehydrate up to 190 and still feel good? You know what I'm saying? I think he's probably going through all of that right now. He's probably trying all of that right now because I know he's a mastermind when it comes to all of that. So he's probably trying to figure out if he can fight at 190 and uh and still be strong and fast and stuff like that. So we're gonna see.
I guess my last question to all this before I let you go is, do you even think he's gonna even come at 168? Because I know like when Floyd fought Canelo.
Hmm.
Like it's like some of these guys, it takes work for them to get to a certain weight, and even to a certain degree, they don't even step on the scale like at the weight, It's like, is it smarter, you think it would be to come at a weight that you just feel comfortable and you're just happen to fight a 168 guy, and that's just what it is. Like coming at a weight that you're good, you're comfortable, you can move, you can take some shots, you can give some shots. You think it's better that way, or you think he should just, hey, it's that time. We won 68.
I feel like just come in what you feel comfortable. Like regardless if Canelo's gonna be a bigger fighter, just so be it. You
Mhm.
know, I feel like if you want to come in at 65, 66, so be it. Like he gonna be in shape regardless. We know he's gonna be in shape,
Mhm.
but we're going to see if he's going to be able to be durable and be big enough to like you said, take those shots and you know make sure that uh that Canelo can feel his pop too.
So, well, look, Robert, I appreciate the time. You dropped a lot of gems today, you know what I mean? And it's so early in your career. It's nuts that, we're going to be talking for the next decade or so. So, or plus, maybe have a 20,
Yeah, for sure.
25 year run, just
I don't know
dominating.
about that. 25.
20 is the sweet spot, right?
Yeah,
Maybe, right?
we gonna get up there, but 25 might be it. That might be my peak.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Robert,
Ah,
before I let you go, where can they follow you at on social media if they want to get a little bit more from you?
yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at King Robert I. It's King Robert the third, and follow my Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, Big King Robert, and then my Facebook as well, King Robert Meriwether I, and then follow my dad too. You know he's constantly posting me. He posts me more than me. So if you want to tune in to anything, it's gonna be through him. So just go to his Facebook at Robert Meriwether, and also on Instagram at two underscores King two underscores Coach Rob, and then two underscores again. And shout out to my mom, shout out to my team, shout out to the flick, Emmanuel Savoy, that's one of my coaches. And shout out to Bob Ware, the best cut man in the game. And yeah, shout out to my team, shout out to my family, and shout out to Louisville, Kentucky.